Hello everyone, my name is Leanis Gomez. Today I am going to tell you about the material design for face-to-face environment, Task1. Question number 1. What should English language learning material have? The classroom is the best place to learn and interact with others. For this reason, it is important that in this place the teacher creates a pleasant environment with which students want to learn. According to Linson, materials should achieve impact. For example, novelty, variety, attractive presentation, appealing content, and achievable challenge. Okay, now let's talk about the different activities that you can use in the classroom to create a pleasant learning experience. The materials can be novels, when include unusual activities, illustrations, group, and game dynamic. Variety, uh, stop doing the same as always, surprise unexpectedly. Attractive presentation. Use of attractive colors, pictures, flashcards, posters. Appealing content. Topics of interest, real and modern news. English language learning material should provide students with space for interaction where they can learn and be themselves. Likewise, the teacher's presentation, physical expression, and personality are essential in face-to-face learning environments. Proposal for principal approaches to the development of ELT materials. According to Tollinson, Principle of Language Acquisition 1. The learners are exposed to a rich, meaningful, and comprehensible input of language in use. Principle for material development. Materials should contain spoken and written text that provide intensive experience in language use. Make sure that the language the learners are exposed to is authentic in the sense that it represents how the language is typically used. Examples of materials. At the beginning of every lesson, reading a poem or a story or telling a joke or an anecdote. There are no questions or tasks after the listening. Principle of language acquisition 2. Thinking voice experience in language in use helps to achieve the deep processing required for effective and durable learning, and it helps learners to transfer high-level skills. Principle of material development. Activities that make students think about what they are reading or listening, and activities which get learners to think and feel before, during, and after. Example of materials. Activity linguistic production of student through text. Principle of language acquisition 3. Language learning needs to be positive about the target language, about their learning environment, about their teachers, about their fellow learners, and about their learning material, according to Arnold. Principle of material development. Make sure the tests and tasks are as interesting, challenge which help to raise the learner's self-esteem. Example of material. Offer students choice of text and tasks or on topics they would like to read and discuss. Principles of language acquisition 4. In L2 learning and youth learning typically focus narrowly on linguistic coding, decoding, and encoding. Principle of material development. Activities which get learners to visualize and or use inner speech before, during, and after experiencing and writing on spoken text. Example of materials. Imagine and apply in context using language. Principle of language acquisition 5. If learning to type for themselves how a particular language each term or future is used, they are more likely to develop their language awareness. Principles of material development. Use an experiential approach in which the learners are first provided with an experience. Example of materials. For example, the student read about the student whose parent gave him a graduation party. They then discuss the reasons why the parent gave him the party. Finally, I can say that each proposal for approaches to the development of ELT material has a special intention in the learning process because it considers every moment of performance and competence of the language student.